So friends, we've talked about some underdogs so far, but perhaps we haven't talked about any underdog as amazing as the 1969 Mets, also known as the Amazing Mets or the Miracle Mets. In only their 8th season of existence, the New York Mets, they defied the odds and they won the World Series. Now, when I say they defied the odds, they absolutely defied the odds. In their previous 7 seasons, they had never finished higher than 7th in the 10-team National League. The 1969 season was different as baseball ushered in the divisional era. New York, they finished the season 162, 100 wins to 62 losses, defeating the Braves, once again killing Carl, in the inaugural League Championship Series. Then, the Mets went on to defeat the Orioles in 5 games in the World Series, outscoring them 15-10. This is a team that had a franchise-high winning record the season before of 16 games below 500. 1969 was truly a remarkable year for this team. And it reminds me of the way in which God often lifts up those who are at the bottom. God lifts up the lowly, and God helps us. In the book of 1 Samuel chapter 2, verses 1 through 10, we read this prayer that Hannah prays after she has her first child, this son, Samuel, who she prays for, and God finally gives her a son. She says this, "My heart rejoices in the Lord. In the Lord my horn is lifted. My mouth boasts over my enemies, for I delight in your deliverance. There is no one like the Lord. There is no one besides you. There is no rock like our God. Do not keep talking so proudly or let your mouth speak such arrogance. For the Lord is a God who knows, and by him deeds are weighed. The bows of the warriors are broken, but those who stumbled are armed with strength. Those who were full hire themselves out for food, but those who are hungry are no more. They're hungry no more. She who is barren has borne 7 children, but she who has had many sons pines away. The Lord brings death and makes alive. He brings down to the grave and raises up. The Lord sends poverty and wealth. He humbles and he exalts. He raises the poor from the dust and lifts the needy from the ash heap. He seats them with princes and has them inherit a throne of honor. For the foundations of the earth are the Lord's. On them he has set the world. He will guard the feet of his faithful servants, but the wicked will be silenced in the place of darkness. It is not by strength that one prevails. Those who oppose the Lord will be broken. The Most High will thunder from heaven. The Lord will judge the ends of the earth. He will give strength to his king and exalt the horn of his anointed." What we read here is we have a guy who raises us up. God lifts us up from our depths and makes it so that we can give thanks to God for all we have. For those who are too proud will be humbled, but those who humble themselves before God will be raised up. You know, there weren't many baseball teams who have ever been more humble than the 1969 Mets when the season started. And yet they were able to be World Series champions by the end of that season. The same with us. When we find ourselves at the very bottom, we can still have faith that God can help us to raise up. This is good news. Thanks for talking about baseball with me.